hardly anyone is sweating in this movie that takes place in Miami. There is one scene where it says Armand is sweating.
Yeah.
But like, you're in Miami, dude. Everyone should be sweating all the time, unless they're just used to it. But that's one thing I thought.
I feel like Robin Williams sweats all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, when you're hairy,
Tell us, Mikey. How is it?
Let me tell you. That's why there's no selfies of me when I went to Miami, just drenched. Welcome to Seeing This, the movie podcast where we bring you the latest movie reviews, celebrate our favorite movie anniversaries, compete in competitive movie drafts, and much, much more. I'm the movie mamba, Mike Cornelis, and we work hard for the money. Joining me on the podcast is the Gerber baby-faced assassin, Adrian Cedeno.
Are you afraid of my Guatemalaness?
And joining us for this special Pride celebration, all the way from Toronto, Canada, is the absolutely fabulous David Sotomayor.
Chewing gum helps me think.
And that's all in reference to the 30th anniversary of The Birdcage, released March 8th, 1996. David, welcome to the pod. Very excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Some context, we didn't just find someone off the streets. Me and David have known each other for a while now. We work together in San Francisco and Toronto, so we've got the Bay Area and Canada represented here. Let me ask you, as our special guest, The Birdcage, 1996. How old were you in 96? What were you doing, and what are your memories of first watching The Birdcage?
First of all, how dare you? No, I was 11 years old, man. So discovering myself. But I remember the movie coming on HBO or whatever it was on regularly and just being obsessed. It was on repeat. It was that and whatever Disney cartoon film of the time.
Okay.
I would toggle between the two.
Do you remember which one it was? Like, what were you watching?
It could have been either Aladdin, Lion King. It's too late for The Little Mermaid. But one of those.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
One of the ones that brought upon your sexual awakening, I'm sure.
It must have been Pocahontas, honestly, with that Adam Smith.
John Smith.
John Smith, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who gets that name mixed up.
Yeah. In the previous pod, Adrian had trouble with John Smith, but that's all right. Adrian, 1996. How old were you? And I believe you didn't get introduced to The Birdcage until just for this pod.
Yeah, so I would have been 9 going on 10. And I had never seen it. It was a blind spot, Robin Williams blind spot. I've always heard good things. I was kind of excited to check it out.
Okay. I can't wait to hear what you think. But before we dive into our categories and awards, Adrian, why don't you read us the Letterboxd description? What does Letterboxd say The Birdcage is about?
Yes, sir. So we have The Birdcage, 1996, directed by Mike Nichols. Come as you are. A gay cabaret owner and his drag queen partner agree to put up a false heterosexual front so that their son can introduce them to his fiance's conservative parents.
So this is based on La Cage à Fours. I'm sorry, my French isn't at any acceptable level. And it was a 1973 French farce by Jean Poiret. And as you mentioned, Mike Nichols, you might know him from films such as Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, The Graduate, Working Girl, Postcards from the Edge, Primary Colors, one of David's favorites, Closer, and The Charlie Wilson's War, written by Elaine May, and the cast, Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, Gene Hackman, Diane Weiss, and Callista Flockhart, among others.
How dare you not say his name? How dare you?
Adrian's favorite, Hank Azaria, which I think we're going to talk plenty about during this episode.
You're afraid of his Guatemalaness, his Latino heat?
I love his Latino heat, his Latin heat. It's great. Some fun facts about that too. We'll get to. But I have to ask if either of you think Did this win an Oscar, nominated for an Oscar, or completely snubbed? What would you think?
Completely snubbed.
Oh, yeah, I agree. +1 snubbed.
Snubbed with a capital S. It did get one nomination. It did get for set art direction, which is like production design now, and it lost to The English Patient. That's tough. I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like it could have been nominated for costume design, set design, some actor
Yeah,
nominations.
Nathan Lane for sure.
Absolutely. Well, here at Seeing This, we give one Oscar away, so we'll get to that in our awards. But let's dive into our categories here. First category, we have the Will Smith at the Oscars. Does this still slap? Guess guess first, David. What would you say? Does this still slap? And what are your overall thoughts about the Birdcage?
It's a 5-finger slap to the face. Give it another yes.
Yes.
All 10 fingers. I think yes. It's completely campy, flamboyant. And it also plays into all the queer tropes very well.
Mm.
Sure, it takes some liberties with the F word. I don't know if I can say the F word here.
Listen, if anyone can say it, you know, not. I'll leave it to you if you'd like to.
You know what? Yeah, fag. It takes
Yeah.
a few liberties with the word fag. One of my personal favorites that I love to say. It's a guilty pleasure, but
well,
don't
well,
everyone.
let's double click on that though, right? Because I think that word, as you said, and I hope I'm not outing you at the age of 40 here, but I think that's a word that is being, owned by the gay community. Like you said, you use it, and it's so this being about a gay couple and a gay environment. Does it still feel like they took those liberties?
You know what? At the time, I feel that it was okay.
Mm,
In retrospect, because it's straight actors. I guess Nathan Lane isn't straight, but
mm.
seeing a lot of straight actors using the word
Interesting.
would be controversial today.
We have a category for the no-fly zone, so
Yeah. But I personally don't care. I'm like, you know what? It's of its time. It was acceptable. Robin Williams is like one of our own, RIP.
Yeah.
So, I'm okay with it. It
Okay.
did, like, I heard it and I was like, ha 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 ha.
if you watch the movie if you ever watch a movie with David and you hear that laugh, you know it's coming from him.
You know why? It's an F word.
yeah, it's the F word laugh. Adrian, what did you think? Does it still slap? Tell us what you thought.
Yeah, I think it still slaps. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was funny. It wasn't outrageous. And even now, like, I think times have changed. I mean, I'm sure it's still pretty conservative in Iowa. I think that's where he was the running for politician there. But I think it still slaps. I wouldn't have any problem. I didn't see anything that was, you know, Brokeback Mountain where people would like kind of cringe or get like turned off by it. Like it was fun for me.
Well, I think when you reference that, you mean more specifically around like maybe the physical affection that we see in Brokeback.
Even then,
makes
there was some physical affection, but it wasn't like yeah, I guess sexual. Like so it felt like a movie that would be safe for just on the background and my kids walking around, you know what I mean? Like I don't feel like safer than a lot of others. I mean,
it's more accessible.
It's not so much the homophobes. It's just any sexual content seems like you have to be cautious with it, even if it was heterosexual sex. Like I don't want my daughter watching it. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like she's watching shows where the little girls are teenagers in high school trying to chase boys. Like that annoys me too. You know what I mean? So it's not it's not the guy's part. You know?
Right. David, you're gonna say something?
Yeah, I mean, hot take, and we can dive into this.
We have a hot take section. Let's save it for that then.
It's just solely on Brokeback Mountain. Nothing to do with the Birdcage.
Oh, then great. Bring it. Let's hear it.
I think I'm not a fan of Brokeback Mountain. I feel like it just brought too much PG-13 romance, and it was just too dramatic. I don't like it. Not for me.
I watched it for the first time this year, and by the end of it, I was like, this feels overhyped for being like such a iconic film.
Thank you.
Like the characters are assholes. Like like I'm not rooting for Heath Ledger's character in that, even though we're supposed to. He's conflicted. He's in a marriage. Spoiler alert for Brokeback Mountain. But the way he's going about it, whether it's in a homosexual relationship or hetero, like he's a dick. He's an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
kind of abandons his family.
But also, I've seen more sex on SNL than I saw in Brokeback Mountain. What's this hype?
Yeah, you're like, how about more?
Yeah.
I think it was just
That's
two
Okay, sorry.
famed actors that like people loved and people really attached themselves to, and then to see them making out was like shocking for a lot of people.
For them,
And I don't think like it was for everybody,
Sure.
Yeah. No, totally.
Well, with the Birdcage, I feel it definitely still slaps. It slaps so hard. And I think the fact, like the dynamics we're currently going through with drag brunches, right? And how that becomes like a political talking point, or even the whole political atmosphere in general. Queer parents, having parents that are queer, something that's still relevant, will always be relevant. So I think, to your point, Adrian, it's a film that I think it's rated PG-13, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's a film that anyone could watch. Like for me, I didn't mention I was 10 when this came out, and I probably saw it like you, David, like on HBO with my mom or something. That was one of my mom's favorite movies. Like I talked to her today and told her we're recording for this, and she's like, "Oh, I love that movie." I'm like, "Oh, great, maybe you'll watch this episode for once." Love you, mom. Love you, mom.
So
But I think it's still.
passive-aggressive.
I told her to her face. But no, I think it's just one of those films that, like, no matter how many times I've seen it, I've probably seen it now in total like 6 or more times. It's still funny, and a lot of it has to do with Nathan Lane, how you mentioned, David, and Hank Azaria, who you mentioned, Adrian. So it definitely still slaps. Next category, the Gladiator 2 unnecessary sequel. What happens in the sequel of The Birdcage? David, let me go to you first. What would you propose as like a sequel for this film?
You know what? I don't think a sequel is necessary here, but if we must,
Unnecessary
Aga-
sequel, yeah.
yeah, Agador has to get his moment on stage. He's
Nice.
throughout the entire film, he's asking, "Why don't you let me audition? Why don't you put me on the stage?" He has to have his moment on the sequel.
So is it like a standalone where we see like it's about Agador, or does the sequel just contain him finally getting on stage? Maybe he takes over for
It just
Starina.
it could be a little subplot. It could be a little
Okay.
1 minute moment. He just has to have his moment.
I like
I'm
that.
rooting for him.
Yeah. I'm rooting for Agador. Adrian, where are we going with the sequel?
I was saying like leaning in towards Gene Hackman, like his actual running for the office the next term, and how he has to deal with the backlash. I would go that route. I know he doesn't get caught, like he comes out in drag, but eventually it gets out. They have a wedding, and that the in-laws are homosexual men, and him having to navigate through that with his newfound like respect, like he dressed in drag to get out of there. I think that would be interesting, but I think I like the Agador idea, and I would lean into that a little more. Yeah, for sure.
We'll merge those for sure. I was thinking, like David said, we can't have a sequel because we don't have Robin and we don't have Jean. But in this made up world where they're still around, I think Val and Barbara are divorced. Like they got married too young. They're not gonna last. Toxic as hell, trying to lie about like the family. Like Erica, unfortunately, wasn't able to join for this recording, but when she was talking about Birdcage, she said that there's one clear villain in this movie, and to me, and I'll presume for her, it's Val, the son. He is a fucking asshole. Am I wrong?
I mean, what kid isn't an asshole though? We were all assholes as kids.
20 years old, like
But-
that. I think that's the point. He's supposed to be a 20-year-old jerk.
That's
He's
just
young and dumb.
That's just so tough that like, Albert, who essentially raised Val, is like being dismissed from the house, being hidden. And I think maybe to speak of the time in the 90s, like maybe that was much more acceptable. Whereas now I think like it'd be a lot harder to get away with like saying, "Hey, I'm making essentially one of my parents disguise who they are and leave." But I thought Val was an idiot the whole time. But yeah, they're divorced. And then, but they do have a kid, and to be more, not just on the drag front, but maybe that the kid comes out as trans. And that's a whole nother like kind of layer that it can tackle. You know what I mean? And like, how does the Keeleys navigate that, especially being political and everything? I don't know. I think that's something that would make it relevant. I mean, like I said, it is relevant, but to make it relevant within uh
Today.
2026, today's,
Yeah.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Um, and also seeing Nathan Lane as like the grandmother to the kid, and in a way, if we don't have Robin, like it'd be great to like honor Robin as far as like his character had passed and like see what they do with that. I thought it would be really cool. Okay, the Whip Whitaker from Flight, No Fly Zone. What hasn't aged well in the Birdcage? This one was kind of hard for me to find. Like, I feel to the point it still slaps, but maybe you guys have something. David, did you have anything that would apply? You were kind of,
You know what? Just like you, I kind of struggle with this. And I was going to say maybe the fashion, but even that's coming back. The baggy pants, the high thong swimwear, like all that's coming back.
yeah,
So I couldn't find anything. Maybe the F bombs here and there,
yeah.
but
That's fair. That's fair. Adrian, anything not age well?
No, I don't know how Nathan Lane's performance was viewed back when it came out, like, because it is kind of over the top for a housewife, I guess, for, like, I assume they were trying to pull from like the Lucy and Ricky Ricardo kind of dynamic,
Sure.
and I just don't know that was still around in like,
Hmm.
so his over the top like behaving of what a gay man would think a woman is, I think may have been a little bit much, but I mean, I think he did it well, and I think that played into the whole role of, like, he's just a difficult woman.
Do you know dramatic people like that, David?
myself.
Sure. I got to see this in the theater. As I had mentioned on previous podcasts, Regal Phantom Events was showing this, re-releasing it in theaters, and I went. I took my handy dandy notebook for the categories I wasn't sure on, and this was one of them because just top of dome, there's nothing that really stood out. But when they're first planning to hide things, or no, sorry, when Robin Williams Armand is telling Agador to like, you know, bring out the white wine because someone's coming, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna tell Starina, I'm gonna tell Albert that you're bringing someone. He's like, I got 2 words for you: green card.
Green.
Yeah.
That's that nowadays, like that's carries a lot more weight, and doesn't make Armand seem favorable in that way. It's a minor thing. That's the only thing that I found.
I mean, they're just joking around back and forth, like throwing
They
little
are,
subtle digs at each other.
but that like stood out. That stood out.
Yeah, it did. I do remember that.
Next category, we have the M. Night Shyamalan twist ending. What's a twist ending we could have had here? The movie ends with saying, "Oh, Korea just tied against Czech 1-1." Sorry. Okay, we're recording. We're recording here on Thursday night as the World Cup is kicked off. Mexico won. Shout out Mexico. And now we have Korea and Czechia. Anyways, I think the shot's starting to work. Twist ending. What do we have for a twist ending, David? We'll go to you.
Yo, I got a twist of all twists. So Armand, Albert, and Catherine enter a threesome relationship and father a second child.
Wow. Catherine is back in a big way. Okay.
Yep.
So they do like an open relationship, or it's like a 3-way partnership? I mean, because Albert wouldn't have any interest, right? He's very jealous of her, if anything.
I think Catherine would probably be a means to a way for Albert to have this child, and that's why she would tolerate Catherine being in the picture.
Oh, what about the artificial insemination of Albert to her egg, so that it is
Oh, I
like
think
his
Armin and
kid?
Catherine there'd be no artificial insemination. I think they would get down and dirty.
Well, the scene when Armand goes to see
She's
her,
like
it was like a
reaching
one
into
night
his
stand.
hairy chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they talk about the time that they hooked up, and it was like, yeah, it was from this time to this time. We did it twice in the night. I was like, all right. It wasn't just a one off. It was like a two off.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like my stat line. But okay, so they have a 3-way relationship, have another kid, twist ending. Adrian, what do you have for a twist ending?
I had that Gene Hackman's character gets found out, like as they're leaving, that the driver recognizes them, and there's a whole little thing with the driver being fired and thrown off,
Oh,
but
sure.
it's actual controversy right then and there, and he has to answer to the media about it, and that's when he comes clean that his perspective or his views are different than as conservative as they thought.
And he's evolved.
Right.
You know, Adrian, I toyed with that idea. I almost put down Gene Hackman comes out as a drag queen.
He liked it.
He liked it too much.
Yeah.
The wig
I
never
like
came
that.
off.
I mean, because he's complaining once he's in drag that like no one wants to dance with him. Don't leave me alone. I don't want to be the only girl not dancing, Yeah, so for me, I think Gene escaping in drag is somewhat of a twist in itself, right? Like you don't necessarily see that coming until Nathan Lane is like, well, there is a way. Wonderful touch. I wouldn't mess with the ending, but I think maybe like a post-credit scene where we see Albert telling Arlen that he wants to get into politics. Like after talking with Keeley, now Albert wants to get into politics and ultimately run against Keeley. But at that moment, Agador answers the phone and it's Keeley calling to ask Albert to be his running mate. Then you cut the black with the mystery of, is Albert going to still go against him or is he going to join? So it leaves that little window of like a potential sequel or something like that. So
Albert did have some very conservative views as a mother at that dinner table.
He did.
Especially around abuortion.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to get into it.
Yeah. I say kill the mother.
Let it go down with the ship.
Yeah. That was too funny. Do you think that's how he actually felt or he was playing the part?
Oh, playing the part 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like it was a joke within a joke within a joke, I feel.
Sure. Yeah. That whole, there's so many great scenes in this movie and like the whole dinner dynamic is like, it's a classic setup, right? Where like two different worlds are going to collide and like chaos is going to ensue, like meet the parents and this kind of, setup. But that's one of my favorite scenes. But I have a favorite scene I'll get to shortly. No Country for Cold Takes, Hot Takes. What are some hot takes you have? As always, guess first, David. You mentioned your Brokeback Mountain hot take, which I'm on board with. But for the Birdcage, do you have any hot takes?
You know what? Callista Flockhart, leave her in Ally McBeal. Don't put her in anything else. She was great in that. She was not good in this film. She was dull. Her drag wasn't draggy enough.
Like the pixie haircut. Shout out Erica. I think she would have liked the pixie wig.
it just, there was so much lost potential there. Even her performance, I was like, all right, if it weren't for the other actors, this scene would suck. But yeah, that's my hot take.
Okay. I have a comment on our recasting categories, but I'll save that. Adrian, what's your hot take?
Hank Azaria should have won an Oscar for this.
At the very least, get nominated, huh?
Right? He just does so well, and all his characters. I mean, as I'm hearing his voice, I'm like picking up like a little bit of Simpson characters here and there. Like this is what he does: is voices and characters. Like he's the best.
He comes out of the gate from the first scene we see him in, like on fire, no pun intended. Like he is just so good, and he's batting 1,000 like the whole movie. So what are my I was thinking of the hot take that this is Hank Azaria's best work ahead of even his Simpson work. Like because he's on camera and like he's got to do accents even within this when he's Spartacus, right? And he talks with the deeper voice, and then it's like we'll lose the voice, and it's like a deep voice, but still with like the lisp. He's incredible. But the hot take I'm going with is this movie solidifies Robin Williams as a top 5 actor all time. And that might not sound like a hot take, but my hot take is that it puts him above someone like Daniel Day-Lewis, because he's done the comedic roles, he's done the dramatic roles, but this is him in a comedy where he has to play the straight man, right? Like he's got to, again, no pun intended, but he's got to tone it down. And Nathan Lane is the one stealing the scenes and being over the top and everything to that nature. You know what I mean? So this movie puts Robin Williams above Daniel Day-Lewis as an all-time actor. Is that a hot take?
That is a hot take. Yeah, it is a hot take.
Yeah. I love DDL. He's great. He's in some of my favorite movies. But Robin, much like Philip Seymour Hoffman, when you can do a lot of different characters, a lead role, a side character, all this, like that solidifies you with your talent. You know,
there's no typecasting Robin Williams, you know what I mean? Where you do feel like Daniel Day-Lewis is typecast for a certain like type of role, right? He doesn't do comedy. He doesn't do every genre like Robin Williams was able to do. So I don't think that's a hot take, because I do feel like Robin Williams is a top 5 actor of all time, you know?
Let us know in the comments, Daniel Day-Lewis or Robin Williams, who's the better actor, and see how hot my take is. The Winona Ryder, I'm stealing this. Best prop clothing to take. David, what would you take off the set here? I have so much.
Dude, same. I had to put down 2 and it was I had 2.
Okay.
So first off, it was Armin's tiger robe.
Same. I have that listed. That tiger robe's great.
I was like, that's kind of fear. It's like luxury, but trash, but luxury. Like I'm into it. And then the Kirby painting. The painting of the bald dude in the blue strappy dress with the rose. I was like, okay, it says a lot.
Yeah. No, that's good. Those are good picks. Adrian, what are you taking?
I was gonna take Agador's shoes that made him fall all the time.
I do not wear shoes because they make me fall. Yeah,
and they're like 3 sizes too big for it.
Right. You can see as he's walking, just all the extra space in the back.
Yeah.
All great choices. I have a lot. Like you said, Armand's tiger robe. I liked Albert's Ma outfit, like once he's mom and he's like the polka dot dress with like the little sweater over the top. That was great. Keely's drag outfit with the wig and everything, like just to say this is Gene Hackman, legendary actor who you never would think would do a role like this. This is what he wore for drag in the Birdcage. Like that'd be great to have. But dude, you got to take the boys wrestling Greek bowls that they serve the soup in.
So that was on my list. That, and there's also these coffee frosted glass cups. That had that were
with
like
the face on it, right?
Yeah. That was also on there too. But
that's a good one. Okay, Castaway recasting. Who would you recast in this role, and who would you put in their place? David, you've mentioned your girl.
I did mention Callista, but you know what? I'm a little curious to see Hugh Grant as Armand.
Oh wow, you're taking Robin Williams out.
I'm taking him out. Yeah, that's
a hot take.
Just for the drama effect of it all.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna go, like, I already talked shit about Callista. Sorry if I can't swear, but
you can swear. Listen,
okay,
you can say the other F word if you want. That's fine.
That's true. I already dropped it. So
yeah, that's fine.
I thought I already talked trash about Callista. Let's bring in someone else.
Okay, Hugh. Wow, you said Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, yeah.
Wow, that'd be interesting. I mean,
but you know what? So when I was putting this answer together, I was like, who else? There has to be another name. And it wasn't until you said Philip Seymour's name, I was like, oh, he would be a great Albert. He would fit it, even into Armin's role. I feel like he'd do well.
I like that. He could do either one. I think Nathan Lane is just so phenomenal. It's hard to recast him. So maybe putting him in that role. I mean, he could play any role. He could be Senator Keeley. He could be Agador. Like, I fucking love Philip Seymour Hoffman so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could do any of those for sure, for sure. So this movie, and I put this as my letterbox review for the most recent watch, is that Korea 2-1. Let's go. Okay. I put this in my letterbox review that this would be a 5-star movie, but I have it at 4.5 because Dan Futterman, who plays Val, bothers me the way Callista bothers you. Like
Okay.
he's so, I feel like his acting is so like respect, but it's so like out of acting school. Like he's kind of doing like the basic kind of like, ooh, I'm angry now, or ooh, I'm frustrated now. Like it just feels very out of pocket compared to what everyone else is bringing. And maybe part of it too is I just don't like the character. Like he's such an asshole. But I think his acting always takes me out of it a little bit. So I have some suggestions as replacements. I thought of 3 people, but I think there's 1 or 2 clear responses. Chris O'Donnell, but the year before, he was already Robin in Batman Forever. But I think like his age, his look, like I think he would have been interesting. But by that point, it'd be really weird pivot to be Robin from from the Batman franchise and then come to this. Um, this would have been his first role because it would have been a year before. It would have been before Halloween H2O and The Faculty. But Josh Hartnett,
Okay.
you don't sound convinced. You
Huh.
don't like Josh Hartnett.
I was
I think he's too
more
tall.
inclined with Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, too tall.
I like Chris.
I think
Okay.
with Chris though, you have something there. Because that was everyone my age when they saw Robin was like, oh, wait a second. So a lot of us questioned
What was
like,
going on
oh,
there?
okay. Yeah. So
So
I think Crystal Donna would have been good.
I have one more, and it's kind of on that theme. What about Neil Patrick Harris? He wasn't like Nathan Lane. He wasn't out at the time, but if he would have had that role and been so like against,
He was
you
Doogie
know,
Howser at the time, though, right? So
well, a little later. Doogie Howser was before this. You know,
yeah,
he was like a kid in Doogie Howser, but this was the year. I think this was just before his role in Starship Troopers. So he wasn't out yet. And I think like looking back at it now that Val, this guy that's like trying to hide Albert, was gay himself this whole time. I think it would have been just like another little add-on. But it sounds like Chris O'Donnell's the winner.
Well, Neil Patrick Harris is also a good contender, I think.
I think he is. Yeah.
I wonder if he was if he auditioned for this.
Oh, you think he
That'd be
would? Maybe.
I mean, now
He's
that
like
you
that
say
age.
it, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's also kind of a square too, just kind of like Val is. So I get it.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have them both go for audition and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, last category. The Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito and Twins double feature recommendations. What would you recommend to be paired with the Birdcage, David?
Tu Wong Fu.
Okay.
I think we need a pair of the two, double feature. Yeah.
John Leguizamo,
Patrick Swayze
Patrick
and
Swayze.
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Like, who would have thought?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that one in a while, like since I probably saw the Birdcage for the first time, so I got to give it a revisit. Adrian, what are you pairing?
That's what I had. I had Tu
Oh,
Wong
really?
Fu, but I
Okay.
would go with any other Robin Williams movie. For me, it would have been like Patch Adams because it shows like the contrast of his art, of his acting abilities. I really liked Patch Adams, and it was more of like just a feel good story. But he just it's all him, right? Like, and he just does so good in that it makes me cry every time.
And you got Philip Seymour Hoffman in that one.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
respect. I went with Some Like It Hot, Jack Lemmon, Tony Curtis film. Have you guys haven't seen this one?
Mm-mm.
Black and white film, the two of them, as well as Marilyn Monroe. They are struggling like jazz musicians trying to get a gig. They're not getting work, and they find this all-girl like jazz band or band need 2 people. So they end up dressing in drag and pretend to be women to go on this trip and get this job. But they meet Marilyn Monroe, and as a straight man, I can tell you that can have an impact on that can have an impact on you. But incredibly funny. I highly recommend both you guys check out, and our listeners, if you haven't seen Some Like It Hot, part of the Criterion Collection, very well acclaimed, very funny. It still holds up to today's standards. So yeah, I'd recommend that. Let's get to our awards. First award, the Julia Roberts and Pretty Women. Big mistake. Huge award. Going to the biggest nitpick. David, what nominations do you have for the biggest nitpick in this movie?
You know what? The stage manager, he wasn't doing it for me. He wasn't dramatic enough. He was a little boring in his white t-shirts. I was like, you could bring in someone else who would be like, oh my God, they don't want to perform. Oh my God, they're fighting. Like,
Sure.
it
was pretty monotone.
Yeah, it's a gay bar with Nathan Lane as a drag queen. Like, give it some pizzazz. Like, where's the oomph?
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. He gets forgotten. Like, he's kind of like very much a byproduct of the film. I wouldn't be surprised of the background lore of the movie. Like, he's a straight man just working at a drag club, maybe.
Likely.
Because I didn't pick up, he didn't have a lot of energy just in general. So that's fair.
He wasn't walking around in a crop top and short shorts.
Not to say that that's what qualifies it, but yeah. Okay, great nomination, Adrian. What did you think was the nitpick you have?
My nitpick was I'm Guatemalan, and I have lots of Guatemalan cousins, and none of them are as tall as Hank Azaria. So
he's too tall for.
He definitely has no Guatemalan features, I feel like, and that was just driving me nuts.
That's fair. He's too tall to be Guatemalan. Here come all the hate. Here come all the hate comments from the Guatemalan listeners we have. Okay, I have a couple. So when they start to redecorate while Albert's out, all the dancers are helping redo this behind his back. And I'm thinking, in that kind of environment, someone's going to crack. Like, there's no way you're going to keep that a secret. Like, somehow Albert's going to find out. And then how's he going to feel as a star that all your dancers fucking went in on this plot? You know what I mean? No?
No, because you're difficult and like dramatic and toxic.
Oh, you don't think they like him? They don't like him.
Right. Not that they don't like him, but there's probably a level of resentment there, for sure.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
I would have to agree. Even at one of the opening scenes where Albert is like, no, I don't want to go downstairs, this and that, I don't want to perform. And they're just doing drag performances, and there's a couple performing, some drag queen and a dude. And then they're like bowing, and then the dude just throws the drag queen off stage and he bows again. I think that's the kind of animosity or jealousy within the venue.
Well, lucky for me, I have another one. So when Keeley is leaving the house, when he finds out that Albert is Albert, he says, I hope this doesn't affect your vote. They're in a different state. Their vote doesn't matter to his, election. So that's a nitpick, small thing. And then what else? The other one I had is like, hardly anyone is sweating in this movie that takes place in Miami. There is one scene where it says Armand is sweating.
Yeah.
But like, you're in Miami, dude. Everyone should be sweating all the time, unless they're just used to it. But that's one thing I thought.
I feel like Robin Williams sweats all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, when you're hairy, when you're hairy.
Tell us, Mikey. How is it?
Let me tell you. That's why there's no selfies of me when I went to Miami, just drenched. And then one last small one. There's like absolutely no resentment or anything to Catherine. Like, granted, Armand comes off very like understanding. She was young. He gave her all this money to start her profession, her career. Like, why? Like, she gets off very free of any kind of like resentment from Val, who's like ultimately never met her.
I think there was some resentment there. Like when he answers the phone and he's like, Oh yeah,
It's awkward.
mom. Yeah, there's awkwardness there. She's apologizing for something, like, you know, she's like, I'm really happy I could do this for you, and he's just like, it's awkward for sure.
Sure. I think of my nominations, I'd go with the Keeley wanting the vote. What do you think wins? What's the biggest
Keely
nitpick
wanting
you
the
have
vote probably should be it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
here? It's like a different state. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, next award. The John Leguizamo. This movie needs a Latin award, a Latin actor to add to this movie in a new role. David, who do you got?
For all my Latino friends out there, I'm gonna say Thalia. I think Thalia
Wow.
would have been a great cameo, not as a main actor or supporting actress. I think just a cameo as a performer. She just
Ah,
finished doing Maria del Barrio a year prior.
shout
She,
out. What a
yeah,
that takes me back to watching with my grandma. That's how I
yeah,
first learned some of the Spanish I know. Yeah.
yeah. So if you know telenovelas from the '90s, Maria del Barrio was like peak.
Oh, yeah.
So I think Thalia doing a little performance and drag or just like a little cameo, I would have been happy.
I wonder if that's like you can watch that anywhere now, like the old show, like is it streaming
Oh,
somewhere? Like I'd rewatch that. I think I'd
I'm
rewatch
sure
that.
Univision has a streaming service with
Right.
like all the OG telenovelas.
It's so good. I like that. So she'd be a dancer. Now tell me, as someone I've obviously been to like drag brunches and shows like this. Is there any kind of weird taboo to have like a straight woman in a drag show, or is that
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So
Even when it comes to drag kings, which is like a woman dressing up as a man,
right.
it's it's not as popular as it would be for like male to female performers.
Mm.
Um, but it's the mid '90s. Who cares? It's
Okay,
Hollywood.
all out. It's Thalia. It's Thalia.
Yeah,
Maybe she comes to check it out. Like she's playing herself. Like it is Thalia, and she goes as like a patron of the club.
sure. I mean, I would
I mean,
rather
it's
see
yours.
her. No, I want her as a drag queen, a woman
Mm,
pretending to be a drag queen
oh,
performing some Spanish song
okay.
or just dancing to her own music. Who knows?
Sure. I like that. Adrian, what's yours?
So I would replace Hank Azaria with an actual Latin. Um,
Guatemalan, hopefully.
John Leguizamo always comes to my mind because I think he could do that role and do multiple characters. But yeah, I would
That'd be tough to do that and
Tu
Tu
Wong
Wong
To
Fu.
Fu.
Wong Fu. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be hard for him to accept doing that and not get typecast all of a sudden. You know what I mean? But I hear you. Our patron saint John Leguizamo is always welcome. So I have someone that I think we've used before, but like I just think he'd be so goddamn perfect. Luis Guzman as another dancer, but also maybe a love interest to Agador. Like he pops up at the house every now and then visiting Agador. And maybe they have an issue with him coming to visit because he's distracting Agador from
That's
getting
why
fucking
Albert
household
kind of
shit done.
feels a certain way because he thinks he's cheating because of this guy.
But it's really Luis Guzman the
Oh,
whole time
yeah.
as well. Yeah.
That's a good twist. I was gonna say put Luis Guzman as the stage manager. He's
Sure.
dramatic enough, but the
He's
love
just
interest is more fun.
he's another like underrated actor in general, where like I got introduced to him in Boogie Nights, and he's the club owner there. Like it'd be so seamless to do this and that. Okay, so what are we going with? I'm up. What do you guys think?
I like the
Talia,
Luis Guzman's fine.
Luis Guzman.
Yeah.
I'm taking all the awards here. Okay, Luis Guzman, and he has like kind of a lisp as he talks already. So, and he's kind of flamboyant as it is. I think he would just fit in seamlessly. Okay, the Samwise Gamgee Most Underrated Character Award. Who does this go to, David?
Okay. You know who? The senior woman watching Albert practice being manly. She is giving all the looks. She has her red frame glasses on. She has, I don't know what floral matching print with her hat. She keeps judging and looking like, what the hell's going on? She is giving peak performance as just like someone with no words.
Anytime we have a guest podcast host, there's a moment that gives them affirmation and credibility come back, and you understanding this category and picking her will have you back on for sure. That is my absolute favorite scene. Like him trying to be masculine, his walk like John Wayne, and he, howdy, ma'am.
Not good, and he's like, actually, no, I just never noticed he walked that way.
It's so good. How about them dolphins? How do you feel? How do you think it makes me feel? Betrayed, bewildered. That whole scene is good. Okay, so the senior woman at the scene there. Adrian, who do you got?
I would say Mrs. Keeley. I think
Diane Weiss.
Yeah, I think she played like her role well, but I think we need more from that. I think she is the driving force behind you know, Senator Keeley's nomination. Like she's the brains behind it, and we only get like a glimpse that like she's telling him what he should be doing. She's the one who comes up with the plan. So yeah, I think she's underrated for sure.
She's
her
like
calling Al Gore. Her calling Al Gore dark. I was like, what? I was like, okay.
Was it Al Gore or Bob Dole?
Bob Dole.
Bob Dole. Sorry.
Bob Dole.
Yeah, Bob Dole. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like the anchor in the movie. You know, she's an anchor that kind of places this movie in a very real place. And I think this time watching it for me really solidified her performance. Like what she's asked to do, like you said, it is a bit more subtle and you don't get a lot of it, but she does great for what's required for her. My nomination is Christine Baranski as Val's mom, Catherine. I don't know how to explain it. I have a weird outside of my type crush on her. Like even in The Grinch, I'm like, damn, Christine Baranski, man, she looks great. But I also had Hank Azaria, but I don't know if he's underrated at this point. Like,
nah,
if you watch this movie, yeah. So Christine Baranski, Diane Weiss, or the senior citizen lady at the restaurant. Who are we giving it to?
I like the senior citizen lady because she is giving like mean mugging, and it does provide like something. She pretty much provides everything that scene needs, right? Like the goofiness, the absurdity that he's doing all this and has no care in the world that this lady's just sitting there staring at him. Yeah, but I do have a little nitpick on that one because they all look like regulars, so I'm sure she knows who they are and what they're about. You know what I mean? Like he sits down and is like, "Get us to the usual," and then she's sitting there in her own usual chair too. You know what I mean? Like, just
she could be confused as to like what he's doing because it's like this isn't you, like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure.
And even if you're regulars, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's fair. David, you feel the same way? Go with your nomination.
I'm sticking to my lady. Okay. Yeah,
that's cool. A very close second, I think, is Diane Weiss. Like she's a big name actress, and what she does in this movie is really underrated. But great job, David. Great win. The daughter in Hereditary oh shit moment award. What was the moment you went oh shit in this one? By the way, David, have you seen Hereditary?
Oh my god, numerous times. Love it.
So Adrian hasn't seen it yet, and I can't. And I'm debating how we can cover that on the podcast because I can't wait. He doesn't. When he started this, the context to our new listeners, if you're new here, welcome, and if you're part of the tribe, welcome back. Adrian is not a horror person guy. When we started this podcast, over the course of the year and a half here, you were just talking on our last episode, like you've seen a lot of horror now. Like, it's opened you up a bit.
So we were talking about Scary Movie, and like previous Scary Movies, I hadn't seen the movies besides like Scary Movie 3, you know, Signs and stuff like that. I hadn't watched many scary movies. So this Scary Movie that just came out, it hit a little differently just because I had seen so many of the movies that they're doing parodies of.
Referencing. Yeah. So Hereditary, we'll have to cover that one and get your reaction at some point, Adrian. But David, the oh shit moment in the Birdcage.
You know what? I struggled with this one. I don't have an oh shit moment for you.
Wow, okay.
I fell short here. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I think because you've seen it so many times, the oh shit wears down. But Adrian, what is your first time? Did you have a oh shit moment?
Yeah, when Catherine shows up and knocks on the door, like,
Yeah.
not only is she like, he's like, no, you got the wrong house. You got the wrong house. And she's like leaning into it more, like, so
I
that,
forgot my keys.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. I had Catherine showing up during dinner, and I also had Keely's drag reveal just because the meta-ness of it being Gene Hackman, who's this very like man's man and famous actor, and like you see him in drag, it's like, oh shit, they went for it, you know. But I like yours, Adrian. I think Catherine showing up and like that leading to Albert revealing, you know, that it's him is a good oh shit moment. So we'll go with that. Catherine arriving to dinner. The Rocky Balboa Gut Punch Award, most emotional scene. This is one I needed my notebook for because I couldn't necessarily pinpoint one off the top of my head. But David, what did you find to be the most emotional scene?
Okay, so I got two for you.
Nice.
The one is where Armin is telling Val, the villain, that it took him 20 years to be where he is, and he doesn't want to change that for anyone or pretend to be anyone else because he's worked so hard for it.
Yeah.
Just that one sentence, and I have it
Powerful.
here. It's powerful. Close to that, which I actually may or may not have cried. Who knows?
Who was watching? Yeah.
Yeah, who was there? Was when Armin presents Al with the palimony papers and says,
Yeah.
"Hey, you know what? You can have it. I don't care. Like, home is where you are, and I only
Yeah.
call it home because you're there."
Yeah.
That interact, just seeing that, especially for that time where like same-sex marriage wasn't a thing, domestic partnerships were taboo, all that.
Yeah.
It just that hit hard.
You're gonna use that one now, right? That line. Home is
Home is where you are, baby.
yeah. There's only one place I consider home, and it's because you're there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the line. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Adrian, emotional gut punch. What'd you have?
When Nathan Lane playing Albert is dressed up in his suit and he's sitting there and he's like going through it and he's just like coming to the realization like but I'm wearing this suit and I'm looks like a man, right? And he's like,
I'm just like you.
it's even more obvious now. Like you're thinking it's more obvious that I'm trying to be something I'm not.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
What a great way to like convey a message of like, no matter how much you try to pretend to be what you're not, you still are who you are, no matter how much you try to cover it up.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I had a shot a little while ago for you listeners. We all, you know, celebrating Pride Month here. But as you're describing all that, like I can kind of feel it. You know, I'm like, damn, like that scene is a testament to how good the writing is in this movie as well, and the actors like delivering all that.
Well, I think they were pulling on, you know, at the time what everybody was feeling with the community, you know what I mean? Like it was still something like it was coming around, it was out in the open, but at the same time like it was new and fresh and they were still like you said, taboo, you know what I mean? And I think they try to touch on those things and they try to solve it with Armand's simple one-line answer like, nah, like I am what I am and I've worked this hard to be here. Like I'm not changing. I'm not gonna hide who I am.
Yeah. I also had the, you know, the palimony paper scene as one of mine. Also thought of the one you mentioned, Adrian. But just to add one more, it's at that reveal where Keely's like, you know, who is your mother? And Val steps up and is like, this is my mother.
Yeah.
And like takes the wig off of Albert. And like, even though I hate that character and that actor so much for that role, it's a moment of redemption to be like, you're goddamn right. You know what I mean?
To actually have pride.
Yeah, for sure. Nice pun there, Agent. I see what you did there. So what do we got? Who's getting the award? Sneaky emotional moments in this movie. Are we gonna go with the palimony papers?
We go palimony because you guys both had it.
Albert. Yeah. But I mean, you're like Albert dressed as quote unquote a man,
right,
is really good.
I feel like that was a deeper.
It's a deep cut.
It was deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Palimony Papers is great for like their relationship, but
On
what's
the
happening,
bigger,
but Albert dressed as a man and what's happening there in the statement is a much bigger impact to
Right. The
more
Palimony
people.
Papers is just
agreed.
about love, right? Like showing like you can love whoever you want.
Mhm.
And actually being ready to express that. But the other one is like a societal acknowledgement, like, oh, these are the things that this community is going through.
Mm.
And at that time, like I
To
think it
try to
was
fit in or try to, yeah,
right. And now it seems more prevalent now, or at least, but I'm sure social media has, you know, a cause in that because of how you see more people expressing or committing suicide or doing these things that, like,
sure,
we were going
sure.
through all this trauma, all this the whole time trying to put on a front um, when it was already still happening in the 90s.
Albert dressed quote unquote as a man gets the award. I feel like there's a better name I could give that, but we'll give it to
Albert in male drag instead of female drag.
fair. Yeah, that's good. Albert in male drag. That's good.
Yeah.
The Coleman Domingo Best Dressed Award. Who is the best dressed character in
Is
this
it Goldman or is it Coldman?
Coleman.
Is a D silent?
I love that's another bit when like when Albert as the mom starts like explaining like all the different regions, like how it's pronounced. We don't know what the last name is until we hear it spoken. We don't know where we are until we hear it
Yeah.
spoken. No, that's great. Best dressed. Where are we going?
Agador. Give it to Agador all the way, man.
Agador. Okay.
I had
Any
Armand.
particular like yeah, Armand.
Yeah.
Interesting. Agador, he's wearing the least, really. Like he's got like the tank top and
I'm okay
short
with that.
shorts. He's
I'm
what
complaining.
when he's cleaning and he's doing a blend of like Ricky and Lucy, which is just great. Armand, I respect that because and David, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's wearing what you would consider like a masculine gay man attire versus the flip of what Nathan Lane's wearing. Maybe
You
masculine is
mean
the wrong word.
the short shorts are masculine?
No. For Armand, like his shirt,
Oh,
like
I see, I see.
with his chest hair showing, and like it's a bit more. I don't know. Correct me again if I'm wrong. Like a bear.
I was gonna say the top and the bottom of the relationship. The more
Okay, there you
masculine,
go.
who takes a more masculine
Yeah.
position in the coupling,
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I think Armin's fashion is, with the silk shirts
Right.
and the tank top underneath, similar to what you're wearing, Mike. Uh, you're giving us Armin with the chest hair and the.
Yeah. Well, I like to be on theme. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I totally get it. Yeah.
So funny enough, I had Albert because of the diversity of outfits he was wearing. But also don't sleep on Catherine. Like she's only in a few scenes, but like in the office with her skirt and her heels. Again, this is maybe the straight man talking, but like her outfit, I was like, I dig it. I
I think you dig the actor, not the fashion.
She looked good in the fashion. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, well, I'd be up for Hank or Armand. What do you guys think? I'll leave it to you guys.
Well, you can't leave it up to us.
go-
You got to be the breaker. Like I
Yeah.
picked Armand, he picked Hank.
I would almost say Armin on my side. You're right. He does have like more not fashion forward, but just more fashion statements, I guess.
Yeah, I think
I think he could
Armand
fit in on
having to
both.
be
Like he fits in like as a Miami heterosexual man, and he also fits in like, okay, yeah, he's
a
gay.
Miami gay man.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Either way, he's from Miami. Yeah. Yeah, let's go Armand. Just because I think like it's a bit more of a fine the fine pick what am see
Fine
my bingo
tooth
square.
comb.
No.
We're
Fine-
nitpicking.
Fine
We're splitting hairs. We're splitting hairs, you guys.
No, you gotta have a lot more attention to detail for how you have him dressed, I think. Whereas Hank, it's like it's not necessarily easier, but like a lot can apply to Hank's Agador's character. So yeah, we'll go Armand as best dressed character. Wow, that dark horse. I think I wasn't expecting that. Two more awards here. New director. Who's this? Is there a director whose version you would like to see? Spoiler alert for folks listening. This is our last anniversary episode before season 3, where we're rebranding, new logo, new categories, renaming categories based on movies that we've watched. And one of the categories we're removing is this one, because I think, though I'm deep in the weeds with directors, I don't know how deep you guys are. So sometimes we hit a roadblock here. So in honor of the last time we used this category, David, do you have a director that you would have liked to see do the Birdcage?
You know what? I'd be interested in a more dramatic, serious tone, just for the heck of it. So I put down Denis Villeneuve or Christopher
Wow.
Nolan.
What? Just fucking big, massive
Production.
Yeah.
big production IMAX screen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I think Vinny handles personal relationships better than Christopher Nolan. So I like that. Asian, did you have anyone?
I don't. This is that
No.
roadblock you're talking about.
I sensed it. Hence, like I said, that we have a new one that we'll have for next season. So I think Nichols is perfect. Like, I think he does a fantastic job on this film, but for the sake of the award, I thought of maybe Harold Ramis, who, most people probably know from Ghostbusters, right? He also is an incredible director, did Groundhog's Day, Caddyshack, National Lampoon's Vacation, and one of my all-time favorite comedies, Bedazzled. Like, Bedazzled could be a decent pairing with this movie too. But I think his sensibilities and humor, while still kind of having dramatic, emotional moments, is pretty good. But for the sake of like making things crazy, I think Denis Villeneuve would get my vote. I like that.
All right.
Adrian,
Thanks.
you're in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Last award, and the Oscar goes to Adrian. You earlier said that you would have given Hank an Oscar, but David, who would you give your Oscar to?
Give it to the judgy restaurant patron. Give it to her.
You're going all in for her. This fucking
dude, I'm gonna call her up. Is she's still around?
I hope so. If she's not, rest in peace. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, respect. Adrian, who would you give the Oscar to then?
Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria. I went Nathan Lane. So I mean, that would be a record if your lady at brunch won, because I don't know if anyone's been shorter screen time to win
With
an
no
Oscar.
lines.
With no lines. No lines. She probably doesn't even get like paid like a line actor. It doesn't have the SAG card. Nathan Lane or Hank? David, I'll leave it to you.
I would say Hank. I think Hank definitely stole the scene in a lot of scenes. Yeah, I'm going with Hank.
And he won an award for this, but I think it was like SAG. I think he won like the Screen Actors Guild Award.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I looked it up already. Like,
oh yeah. Well, you're saying you think.
Well,
so
I didn't do research on it. It's just Letterboxd description puts it that he won a SAG award.
Okay, well, look at that. Adrian, every now and then you do your homework, and it's just incredibly impressive. Incredibly impressive. So we had finished recording and realized we completely forgot the IMDb trivia. So going to run through that really quickly with you. And I'll start off with this one because I also forgot to mention, Erica, though she couldn't join, wanted me to mention her favorite scene, which is where they are in the kitchen taking the soup, the chowder, seafood chowder, out into the dining room. Robin Williams slips and falls, and that was not in the script. That was a complete accident, but they kept it in because Robin, with his improv genius, continued going. You can see him, Dan, Hank, holding back laughter because it was not expected, but that added so much to the scene. So first bit of IMDb trivia there. Next, we have Robin Williams was originally cast as Albert, but he wanted to change from flamboyant characters. Also, with his character dressing in drag, the film would have basically been a repeat of Williams' earlier film, Mrs. Doubtfire. Thus, he asked to be cast as Armand after Steve Martin, who was originally going to be cast as Armand, dropped out. Mike Nichols agreed and recast him. Martin later regretted his choice as he never ended up making a film with Robin Williams. In the scene when Gene Hackman is on the ladder, he gives the peace sign as a reference to Richard Nixon. Hackman was on Nixon's enemy list back in 1970s. Director Mike Nichols had to be covered by a sound blanket during the toast scene because he was laughing too loud. Hank Azaria created two different voices from the character of Agador Spartacus, one being somewhat of a more masculine voice and the other one being a higher pitched voice. He was worried about the second one being too stereotypical until he asked a gay friend of his who thought it was more realistic. Ultimately, the voice was inspired by his grandmother. While Nathan Lane, like his character in the film, is openly gay, he hadn't come out at the time of the film. Him and Robin Williams appeared on Oprah, where she pressed Lane about his sexuality. But Robin Williams stepped in, made a joke about the situation, and they moved on. Director Paul Thomas Anderson has said that this movie is one of the two films that without fail or question will make me stop dead in my tracks and watch it all the way to the very end, no matter what else is happening or needs to get done. The other film, Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. That's why PTA is my boy. I hope Erica and Adrian hear this part. On his 30th birthday, Hank Azaria worked on Heat, great movie, until 6 a.m., then headed to this movie. When Nichols found out it was his birthday and that he had been working for 18 hours straight, he sent Azaria home. According to Hank Azaria, Robin Williams loved performing in front of anyone, be it just Azaria or an audience. When they were filming at Paramount Studios, Azaria said most actors tend to avoid trams of visitors touring the area, but Williams couldn't resist, so he put on an act for the tourist. After Mike Nichols showed the final cut of his film to the editing team at Martha's Vineyard, they all had a celebratory meal. It was very emotional and very angry, Nichols said. I couldn't speak all through lunch. The film was so good, so strong, I realized I had no inkling of my anger at the people who had written me off. My reaction instantaneously was, fuck you, bastards. You thought I couldn't do this anymore? Well, look at this. With $18.3 million, it had the highest weekend opening gross of an openly gay character in the lead role until Bruno in 2009. I'd say that's a bit different, but nonetheless. This was Robin Williams' seventh film to gross over $100 million in the U.S. What a legend. Nathan Lane, had previously auditioned to play the gay brother of Williams' character in Mrs. Doubtfire. Albert sings in drag show under the name Starina. Starina is an anagram of Sinatra. Singer Frank Sinatra's full name was Francis Albert Sinatra. Adrian would have liked this one. Pro wrestler Eddie Guerrero based his Latino Heat character off of Agador's Guatemalaness line. Lastly, this film was screened at the White House for President Bill Clinton. Now, back to our wrap-up. Well, thank you guys for listening. You can follow us across all our socials at SeenThisPod. Go to seenthispod.com to follow and catch everything. Like, comment, subscribe, be a part of our tribe. David, thank you so much for joining us. Greatly appreciated. Can't wait to have you back on another episode.
Well done.
Monday, we're going to outer space, or is outer space coming to us? Because we're covering Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day.
Is that what it is? It's an alien movie? Jerk face?
Are you afraid of aliens? Is that what's happening?
I was trying to go in blind.
It's not. I don't know what it's about. It's just outer space. We're flying through outer space.
Get outta
We're on a rock.
You're such
We're on a rock
blow
flying
it.
through outer space.
SpaceX just had their IPO, so let's just keep it on theme with space.
And until then, stay safe.
Peace.